7 supporters club, should it be revived?
I'll
You did mention it. Peter has said he would like to revive it and give a bit of time towards it, but obviously he needs some support. I don't know if there is any more support here or whether people would be interested in support. Supporters club, bearing in mind the other items we've asked for, the financial help and the subcommittees organising different bits and pieces, but every club has a supporters club, and bearing in mind it is solely for the football club as a whole. So that's just something to think about, unless anybody's got some intentions or ideas to voice there.
Without going into any of the recriminations and all that, one of the things that I think was not thought through with the supporters club was its constitution. It didn't have one, and it needed to have a set of rules by which it worked by, so that everybody knew exactly how everything worked. And that, I think, was the problem. And I don't think it was anybody's fault in particular. But having been very much involved in the supporters club, where we were seen off by sharks and things like that, it's vitally important to get the structure of it right at the beginning, and then you can build on it from there. And that's what I would advise if we did it again.
Richard's right, you've got to learn.
I think that's absolutely right, Mr. Blaine. Bearing in mind, of course, the directors can't have any input.
No, the idea is the support.
It is solely
raise money for the club. It's to do with the supporters, Ken. The directors, we provide fundraising for the club for things that need doing, like at the moment the club shop I've done up, painted it, the walls need painting, there's things like that, and there's like I've spoken to Matt about putting on events in the club to raise money, like groups, curry, race nights and things like that. But it's not one person. I can't do it on my own. I've got enough to do. And if you get the support, it would be a success. If you've got the right people to set it up.
I think I don't know if I'm defending the people, but with respect to the people that set the last one up, I think it's probably hastily done. Yeah. And they didn't even consider the thought of setting up a constitution or anything for the club, because it kind of happened all ever so quickly. And in some respects, I was probably slightly to blame in terms of trying to pressure people into starting it up, because I think the club was desperate for help. And then what happened after that, I don't know, because obviously that was in the confines of the committee meetings. But I think if it was to, it would certainly be of a benefit, because it's always going to enhance the club because you've got more people doing more jobs. And but I think Chris has hit the nail on the head. I think it needs to be thought about. If someone was to take it on, they need to think very carefully about how it's set up, how many people would be involved. In hindsight, maybe 12 was too many, although again that's 12 willing volunteers, you don't want to turn anyone down. But if it does happen, I think it's important, bear in mind what Ken's just said, that we can't be involved in any way, shape or form, that it just needs to be set up more properly. That's not disrespectful to the people who set up before. I think they had all the right intentions, it just, for whatever reason, just didn't work.
When I came to that meeting, it was a shambles. 3.5 hours wasted. Yeah, it was a shambles.
Do you know what? There was a benefit to it, because the club
got
£1,600 quid.
Quite a lot of money from the supporters club.
Some other various
But it is an ideal situation at the time. But it needs, as you say, properly run, and it needs time. And a lot of people haven't got that time to do it on their own. No. What they did do, I applaud them for what they did do, because they did assist the club with money at that time.
But I think when like the club wrote the user board, you come to us at the time and say you were a little bit short of a few difficulties. Yeah. Now I as a chairman put forward that some of the money would be handed over. And when you get the rest of
season ticket. Ideal time to be doing it this evening, and there's an awful lot there. We're not expecting to sell that many.
Not unless we all get our five.
I'll be honest with you. All the youth team players that are signed for the football club, we've decided to give them a free season ticket. Apart from anything, they pay £35 registration fee anyway.
And if they bring the pound?
Exactly that. So it's one of the things that we're putting together. All the youth teams that sign for the football club get a free season ticket. Hence the reason there's quite a lot. There's actually 350 players that sign for our youth players that sign for Wimbledon Football Club. So right at the beginning of the meeting, which we haven't answered, about the admission fees. Next season they're going to be £9 for an adult, £5 for a concession, and £2 for a child. So there's quite a big saving there with the season tickets, £148. That doesn't entitle you to any cup game entries because we're governed by the league rules and the FA rules there. But that's for all league games. And I believe, Ken, what sort of savings does that represent?
£41.
Thank you. So £41 savings.
Brilliant.
So
All reserve games and all pre-season friendlies.
Oh yeah, all reserve games and all pre-season friendlies, which will obviously include Dorchester, Weymouth, AFC Bournemouth, Tottenham. So there's a good value there. The other thing, I mean, it sounds a lot of money, £9 by all means it is, but don't forget 20% of that is VAT. So you know, there's £1.80 of that has to go back to the taxman, unfortunately.
Okay, gentlemen and ladies, I'll take a few questions on any other items, any other business, any other questions. Right, sorry, can I just put your hand up?
Shall I come up and speak, please, Ken?
Can you come
Yeah,
up and
you
speak?
come up, Brian.
Throw the baton of one of our major sponsors. We need to find out, do they do leaflet drops? Because normally when you open that up, half a dozen fall out, they go in the recycling. But if their page is blank on the back, same thing again, a fixture list with a voucher, one person free. If that one person comes and might be our programme, cup of tea, they might think, this is great, I'll come again. Okay, that's just another thing. Skittle Alley. How often is the Skittle Alley used?
During the week,
Any
weekends,
time?
well, Thursday night booked up, Skittles, most weekends you're booked up, Sundays you're free, midweek you're free, Tuesdays you're free.
People say to me Skittle Alley, and I say Wimbledon Town Football Club. I don't know if they contact you or not. Anybody interested in players v fans Skittles? Pound entrance fees, something like that? Anyone interested? Would your players be interested, Steve?
I've already said that the players will and we've spoken as a group, and they will take part in the events as they've done with the sportsman's dinner and so on. They just need to be organised, as been mentioned tonight.
Okay. As many of you well know, I'm one of the main 50-50 draw ticket sellers. I badger you every week and every time I can do it. I've got a suggestion. If the prize money is over £60, we have 2 winners. If it's over £100, we have 3 winners. How does the board think on that?
Well, I think the capital 50-50. Yeah,
Because many times people said, how many winners? I say 1. They went, how many sold? I said 200. Oh, 1 in 200. Oh. It's just a thought, that's all. Okay?
It is a thought. We'll pick it up in the next meeting, but I think people go into it to bring that age the same as they do a lottery prize. There's only 3 numbers.
Next thing, I'd like to thank Steve and the fellow directors for your excellent rainy signings. I mean, summer signings. That was a joke. And next thing is, the USA president once said this. I'll change the words slightly. It's not what the club can do for you, it's what you can do for the club. That's it, I've finished now.
Well, on that point then, I shall bring the forum to a close. Thank you all for your attendance, and I think you'll agree with us it's been most